Yo, good evening, US, Canada, worldwide, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, hard worker, host with the most, independent podcaster, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course, rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you're rocking with the 32nd episode of Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show. Um, Live and direct from StreamYard, YouTube, and alongside is the Instagram live feed of the show podcast page on Instagram. Make sure you turn on your notifications for details to when each episode is going to be dropping on streaming platforms. And there you go. I want to apologize for the delay of the upcoming episodes and the future episodes and stuff, due to um, late dinners and maybe trying to take a little time for myself and stuff. So it's pretty fun for me actually. Um, so yeah, there you go right there. And I also do apologize for not recording Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast episode 175 due to the issue with StreamYard that basically said that my free plan was revoked. So I have to wait for it to reset on August 14th, which is next week. Actually, it's a Sunday. So I gotta wait till next week to actually record 175. So most likely I'm going to actually announce um some fun activities to do for the weekend on this platform right here. Um for now. So yeah. And by the way, if you're new to the channel and you miss any new and previous episodes whatsoever, don't worry, I got your back. Why don't you go ahead and grab that subscribe button on the Excellent Fun Vibrant podcast YouTube channel page. Tap that noty bell so you'll be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream for the time it's going to be recording live stream. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, including the new and previous episodes that's already uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page. And I will go over the audio streaming platforms where you can actually you know listen and stream the episodes on each podcast platform. Now, um, like I said, at the end of the show, I'm going to be announcing some fun activities for you folks out there that's living in California and of course New York at the end of the show. So there you go, right there. Um, all right, so let's get into a little segment that I like to call the quick side bleacher bar. All right. Um, all right, so let's go. Let's go with that. Okay. The Um, first story has to do with a volleyball player who recently got attacked. For those of you who may not know what I'm talking about here, this has to do with an Olympic volleyball player. Kim Glass was attacked in Los Angeles. So here's the full story. After Olympian Kim Glass was attacked in Los Angeles on Friday, the man detained and accused of the attack has been charged with one felony count of assault with a deadly weapon. Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon issued a press release on Tuesday regarding the attack and detailed the arrest of a 51-year-old wait, hold on. Simeon Tesfa Mariam. Yeah. On July 8th, Tesfa Mariam allegedly approached the victim and threw a 10-inch metal bolt at her face, resulting in serious injuries, the statement shared. Good Samaritans at the scene detained the defendant while police arrived. The release also explained that Tesfa Marion, previously convicted in 2020 of a serious and/or violent felony. Prior to that, Tesfa Marion's first felony assault occurred in 2018 and the second in 2019, and he was on parole at the time he allegedly assaulted Glass. This was a brutal, unprovoked attack. Mr. Tesfa Mariam has a troubling history of attacking apparently random people with dangerous weapons. His behavior appears to have escalated with time, Gaskin said, per the release. We have asked the court to preventatively detain him to protect the public. The court granted that request, and he is currently being held without bail. A hearing has been set for August 17th to determine Tesfa Marion's competency to stand trial. Glass first shared that she was attacked in a series of videos posted on her Instagram stories on Friday. The 37-year-old athlete revealed that she was hit in the face by a metal object after a homeless man threw it at her when she was leaving a lunch with a friend. In the clips, the fitness guru talks to the camera as she shows off one eye that is swollen and bruised and a gash located on the bridge of her nose. Glass begins to explain that she was in downtown Los Angeles having lunch with a friend when she noticed the man with something in his hand. This homeless man ran up and he had something in his hand. He was on the other side of the car in the street and just looked at me with some pretty hateful eyes, she says. And as I turned to go tell my friend, I think something is wrong with him and I think he's going to hit the car. Before I knew it, a big metal bolt like pipe hit me right here. She tells the camera as she motions towards her injuries. It just happened so fast, she continues. He literally flung it from the street, so he has not even close to me at all. Kind of took me down and out. Glass shared that bystanders caught the man and held him down until the police arrived on the scene and the ambulance came. As far as her eyesight, the athlete said that her vision should be fine. Right now, it looks like my vision will be okay, and I got some really great stitching from a doctor, she tells the camera. Glass went on to explain that in addition, she does have multiple fractures. The Olympian became emotional as she thanked her family and friends for their support. Glass also gave a warning to her followers about being safe and vigilant when walking around and being mindful of the mental health crisis. Glass was a silver medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympics on the U.S. women's indoor volleyball team. Well, thank goodness she's okay. Um, thank goodness she's all right though. All right, so we need to go over some stuff actually that I've been waiting to see actually. In regards to the what is it? Yeah, the trade. So fantasy baseball. Okay, here we go. Of course, as the All-Star break approaches, fantasy baseball managers need to be mindful of the impending trade deadline. This is a recap. This is a recap actually. Managers need to be mindful of the impending trade deadline. The expanded MLB playoffs add a different wrinkle to the list of buyers and sellers. So understanding which teams are which is important, especially if you are rostering closers from teams expected to be active. Excuse me. The volatility of the position is something everyone has to endure. But once July 31st arrives, it will get even crazier as closers become setup men and players you never would have considered rostering suddenly become more valuable. The sellers are easy to identify as you scrape the bottom of the standings, so checking in on the bullpen for the Orioles, Tigers, Pirates, Rockies, Nationals, Royals, and Athletics should be your first stop. Current closers such as Gregory Soto, Daniel Bard, Jorge Lopez, and David Bednar are likely to be dealt at or near the deadline. This means unless they land on the Red Sox or maybe the Twins, they will likely end up in a setup role of some sort. As negotiations heat up, you should scour through these teams' bullpens and start targeting players such as Will Crow, Michael Fulmer, Dylan Tate, and Carlos Estevez on your Waiver wire. Even the Diamondbacks could deal Mark Melicon and Ian Kennedy, which would put Joe Multiply in contention for saves. The names are far from sexy and the numbers are mediocre at best. But saves are saves, and if your league counts them, you need to stay proactive. For teams that appear to be buyers at the trade deadline, it gets a little trickier. The Phillies weren't planning on having lefty Brad Hand closing games, so he could be someone whose closing job is in jeopardy. The same goes for Minnesota's um, um, Jay Hohen Duran. Manager Rocco Baldelli likes using Duran in other high leverage situations. So his run as the Twins closer could be cut short. And let's not forget about the Mariners, a team that has already gone through a half dozen closers this season alone. Should they make a move for someone like Tanner Rainey or one of the Barlows, Scott or Joe? Paul Sewald could shift back into a setup role again. Relievers are among the most traded players when it comes to the MLB deadline. You need to be diligent with your research and understand the pecking order for saves for all 32 teams. If you can make a couple of early moves to protect yourself before the great upheaval, you'll be doing yourself and your fantasy team a tremendous service. Okay. Um yeah, let's get to Hang on a minute here. I know this. Hang on a minute here. What's this? Um, okay. We have another story involving volleyball, of course. Let's let's get into it, man. Since I'm already here, so whatever. Anyway, man, this is from volleyballmag.com. Cue the most common joke on the Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour. We went all the way to Portugal. Wait for it, just to play a match we could have played in Hermosa Beach. Such is the comical gripe that could have been said and probably was said or will be mentioned on social media by Evan Corey and Bill Kalinsky and Taylor Crabb. Crab. Oh shit. And and Taylor Sander on Thursday afternoon and in Espin Espinho, Portugal. Nearly 6,000 miles did they travel for the Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour Challenger event just to wind up playing one another in the final round of the qualifier, where Crab and Center were the top seeds and Corey and Kalinsky the 16. It almost didn't happen to that matchup. Kalinsky and Corey won a narrow first round match against um Lithuania's Robert um um Juch Nevik and Arthur Vasiljev 21 to 14, 15-21, 15-11 to earn the matchup with Crab and Sander, who were coming off a second place finish at the AVP Hermosa Beach Pro Series and earned a bye via virtue of being the one seed. They wanted little, no, excuse me, they wasted little time improving why they were the one, sweeping Corey and Kalinsky 21 to 21 27, 21-16 to make the main draw. Their second of the season and their first main draw via qualifier. Their only previous experience in an intentional, no, excuse me, international qualifier came in March in Tlaxcala, Mexico, for a season opening event in which they had one of the most brutal draws in an event full of them. Seeing Latvians, Eggers, Tox, and Christians, Folk Rots in the first round. Then Brazil's Bruno Schmidt and Simon Barbosa in the second. Espino provided no such gauntlet, as many of the top teams are either resting or sitting um, on the golden pile of world championship points, diluting the event, which should be one of the more intriguing for viewers this weekend as parity abounds. Such parity could be found in the role of Miles Evans and Andy Benech. Two matches did they play on Thursday, and two matches did they go the full three sets. They opened with Spain's Rene Giralt and Alejandro Huerta, dropping the first set 16-21 before rebounding to win the next two 21-15, 15-11. In the second round against Switzerland's number 3 team, Adrian Heydrich and Leo Dillier. Again, they dropped the first 21-23 before rebounding to win the second and third 23-21, 15-12. S hold on. Espino marks the second international main draw of the year for the two. They previously won a silver medal in a futures event in Songkla, Thailand. Who did they draw for their first match of the main draw? Americans Try Burn and Trevor Crabb. Okay, cue the jokes once more. The only American women's team in Thursday's qualifier, Jade Race and Tiffany Creamer, fell in the first round to Poland's Katarzyna Kosiolek and Marta Ledej, 21-12, 21-8. Three American teams, however, are directly into the main draw. Emily Day and Avi Simo, Corinne Quiggle and Sarah Schmerhorn, and Megan Kraft and Emily Stockman. Day and Simo and Quiggle and Schmerhorn are both in Pool A, while Kraft and Stockman are the second-ranked team in Pool D, behind Brazil's Hagel Almeida and Taina Lima. Who do Quibble and Schmerhorn begin their main draw against? Day and Simo. Jokes abound. Taylor Crabb and Sander, meanwhile, opened up with Switzerland's number 1 duo of Florian Breer and Marco Tiger in Pool C, where they are also joined by Poland's Bartosz Losiak and Michael Brill, and Poland's Paweł Lewandowski and Jacob Z. Dybeck. Rounding out Byrne and Trevor Crabb's pool in Poland's Peter Cantor and Macy J. Rudo, and Switzerland's Yves Hausener and Quentin Metro. All right, let's go to another one where I don't have to worry about trying to mispronounce people's names and shit. Anyway, man, let's go to another one, man. Anyway, so all right, so Simone Biles. Okay, the biggest news from the 2021 Tokyo Olympics did not come as the breaking of an Olympic or a world record. It came as in Simone Biles withdrawing from the event, citing mental health issues. While the gymnast was initially termed selfish, the world lauded her for taking a bold step to prioritize her mental health and sending out a powerful message. Various athletes came forward to support Biles, and some even came forth with struggles of their own. One particular athlete inspired by Biles' step to come forward with his struggles was Australia's Steve Solomon. The track athlete from Sydney revealed he too faced performance anxiety and fear of failure. Simone Biles inspired Steve Solomon. During one of his most recent interviews, the Sydney athlete talked at length about how Simone Biles' step was one of the most iconic and inspirational in a long time, talking about the same talking about the same. The Australian 400 meter runner said, every athlete just felt crushed for Simone Biles. Interestingly, Solomon is also an ambassador of the Australian Institute of Sports's mental fitness program. Notably, apart from sharing the Tokyo Olympics platform, Simone and Solomon had another thing in common. They both had a fear of failure going into the games. Opining on his take over Simone Biles' withdrawal, Steve said, here's an athlete who has basically never lost, and it comes into her mind that there is a chance that she might lose. He added, it was incredibly telling for the entire athlete community and the entire global community that you can be at the top of your game forever, but if you aren't practicing the skills and taking the time to be conscious of the ways different things can go wrong, including the mind and the body, then you're not protecting yourself as best as you can. Solomon said while he has never suffered from depression or mental illness, no, excuse me, mental health issues, he thinks it is a positive thing that athletes are talking about such things more openly. The fear of failure was so high in Steve's mind that it almost cost him his place at the Tokyo Olympics. 8 weeks before the Olympics, Solomon was not running because of a torn calf in all of 2021. He raced in competition only once. The competition was the national championships, which Steve lost for the first time. He first hurt his back, then injured one of his calves before injuring the other. He could not get healthy in time to be at his 100%. As he walked into the call room in Tokyo, Solomon experienced his mind playing tricks on him. It was saying, Steve, don't compete. Steve went to the Olympics and recorded um, his fastest time in the 400 meter, creating a new personal best of 44.94 seconds. Of course, not only was Biles' step revolutionary in current scenario, but also one that has far-reaching implications. She has inspired many athletes like Steve to believe in themselves and take a step back if needed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty bold and actually that's pretty bold and brave actually. I'll give her that though, man. And like I always say sometimes, it's okay not to be okay. You're only human, and you don't want to keep overthinking yourself and having doubts, because once you do that, you end up having you end up you end up feeling low, and you end up being in a rut and a slump. So you don't necessarily do that. So it's okay to take time for yourself, and that's pretty good on Simone Biles' part. That's pretty good. All right, so um, Josh Donaldson's let's see. Okay, so when the Yankees acquired Josh Donaldson and Isaiah Kenna Falefa in the offseason, much of the consternation was over the fact that it signaled that they were passing on big free agent shortstops, specifically Carlos Correa. When the Twins then used the money saved in the deal, including the 2 years and $50 million left on Donaldson's contract, to sign Carrera themselves, and made the trade look even worse for the most valuable team in baseball. I thought it went a little under the radar, while certainly a bit diminished from the 2015-2016 MVP level. The 36-year-old Donaldson was still a very good, a bet injury-prone player. In 318 games from 2019 through 2021, Donaldson slashed 251, 367, 398 with 69 homers, 177 RBIs, and a 127 OPS. Until very recently, though this season, however, has been a disappointment. Yeah, hold on. Let's get to let's talk about what OPS stands for actually. So let's get into what does OPS stand for in baseball. All right. On base plus slugging. Okay, that's what that is. Um so basically what that means is on base percentages, I guess. Definition: OPS adds on base percentages and slugging percentages to get one number that unites the two. It's meant to combine how well a hitter can reach base with how well he can hit for average and for power. It can also be used in evaluating pitches. When used in that context, it is referred to as OPS against. So that's basically on base plus slugging. That's what that is. Okay. Okay, we got that covered. All right. All right. On the positive side, Donaldson's health, a pretty big question mark heading into the year, has relatively managed. While he has missed time due to COVID, shoulder inflammation, and suspension, he remains on pace to play in 124 games this season. I am sure that the Yankees would have taken that at the start of the season, especially considering their surplus of infield depth. Outside of the last few games, Donaldson's production on the field has been a different story. In his first 62 games, Donaldson has slashed .222, .313, .373 with just 6 homers and a 99 WRC plus. Okay, W. Wait, hold on. WRC. Hold on. All right, let's look this up real quick. WRC. Oh shit. So weighted runs created plus. So WRC plus takes the statistic runs created and adjusts that number to account for important external factors like ballpark or error. It's adjusted so a WRC plus of 100 is league average, and 150 would be 50% above league average. So that's what WRC stands for. Weighted runs created plus. There we go. All right. Um WRC. Okay. With DJ LeMahieu and Anthony Rizzo having terrific seasons at the corners, Donaldson could be the odd man out of the postseason lineup if the Yankees add another bat at the trade deadline. What has gone wrong so far, and can it be fixed? Donaldson's batted ball profile can be interpreted in different ways. On one hand, many of the underlying metrics suggest that Donaldson is still taking his walks and hitting the ball hard. On the other hand, most of his numbers from the traditional to the advanced are down across the board from last season. For example, Donaldson's average velocity and hard hit rate are currently in the 88th and 73rd percentile, respectively. Sounds good, right? Those numbers, however, are down fairly significantly from his recent past. His average exit velocity is down 2.9 miles per hour from last season when it was in the 99th percentile. Similarly, his hard hit rate, which was in the 95th percentile last season, is down 7.7%. These are not small declines, and they show up in his lack of power with the Yankees. The dejuiced balls also seem to hurt him more than most. While his ground ball and fly ball rates are mostly unchanged, his home run um, FB ratio is down substantially. From 2016 to 2021, that number never dipped below 17 and was twice above 25%. This season it was 9.5. That does not seem fluky either. As mentioned, not only is he hitting the ball as hard as previous years, but his barrel rate has dropped from 17.4% in 2021 to 9.9% in 2022. For a 36-year-old injury-prone third baseman to show such a steep decline in making the best kind of contact is concerning. The same goes for his approach at the plate. His walk rate of 10.8% is still solidly above average. It does, however, represent a fairly precipitous decline from the 15.0% that he averaged from 2016 to 2021. And anecdotally, I have noticed that Donaldson swings and misses a lot. I have never watched him closely until this season, but while his whiff rate is not really down from years past, it is still in just the 21st percentile league wide. Swinging and missing so frequently is not necessarily a bad thing if it leads to more power upon contact, and the hitter has shown the ability to adjust with two strikes. Both are not true with the 2022 version of Josh Donaldson. Despite the lack of change in his whiff rate, his strikeout rate is concerningly up from the 21.2% that he averaged from 2016 to 2021. Um, yeah, to 25.9% in 2022. Why is his strikeout rate up? It appears that Donaldson is struggling with pitch recognition. His swing rate is way up as he has adopted a more aggressive approach at the plate. But the problem is the type of pitches that he is chasing. He is swinging at a career high 33.6% of pitches outside of the strike zone this season. That number has not been above 26.3% since his first full season in 2013. A more aggressive approach at the plate is common among older players as bat speed slows down and swing and misses becomes more common in their games. Veterans often make the decision to swing more to give them more chances to generate power. Think 2021 Joey Votto as an optimal version of this. Lots of strikeouts, less walks, but more homers to compensate. The obvious problem with Donaldson is that 6 home runs and a sub .400 slugging percentage are not exactly carrying their weight to make up for the rise in strikeouts and decline in walks. On the positive side, Donaldson's defense at third base has been good as good as, if not better than advertised. Among third basemen, he ranks tied for fifth with DJ LeMahieu with 4 Old Double A and ranks fourth with 9 defensive runs saved. Okay, Old Double A. Let's see what that stands for, man. Okay. All right, let's see what that stands for, man, real quick. Old Double A. Okay. Outs above average is a range based metric of skill that shows how many outs a player has saved. Prior to 2020, OAA was an outfield only metric, but it has been expanded to include infielders. Interesting. Interesting. Um he has also committed just 4 errors in 356.1 innings. For a 36-year-old, those are exceptional numbers. And overall, I love what his intensity brings to the clubhouse. For the last few years, the Yankees have been a very laid back team. Their stars from Aaron Judge to Carlo Stanton are almost more of the calming types rather than the rah rah Paul Neal type. Even their manager is way hold on. Even their manager is this way, which is why Aaron Boone may not have been the best fit for the Yankees in previous years. But everything looks good when you are 59 and 23. I truly believe that they needed someone like Josh Donaldson to bring more outward intensity to the club. Still, the outgoing presence gets old pretty quickly if a guy does not produce. And I have not love what I have seen from Donaldson in 2022 with both the eye test and the advanced metrics. With him under contract for $21 million in 2023, he is almost a lot to be around after the trade deadline. The 2015 version of Donaldson is obviously gone forever, but a return to the .827 OPS that he produced in 2021 should not be out of the question. I am not optimistic that we see even that version moving forward, even with the last few big games, but I would be happy to be proven wrong. If he can sustain this, the Yankees have yet another plus player in the lineup and on the field. All right, let's see. Let's see. In other Yankee news, um, okay, another Yankee news, let's see. The trade deadline is almost upon us, and the Yankees are in the mix of things as the final days tick away. The Bronx Bombers addressed one need in getting outfielder Andrew Bertinetti. Excuse me, hold on. Bernintendi in a trade with the Kansas City Royals last week, and they are reportedly in the mix for Oakland Athletics pitcher Frankie Montas. The market for the right-hander is down to the Yankees, Toronto Blue Jays, and St. Louis Cardinals, according to John Morosi of MLB New York Network. Excuse me. New York is in need of some pitching help heading into the deadline, and they had been linked to Luis Castillo before he was dealt to the Seattle Mariners over the weekend. Montas is the next best valuable pitcher on the market, and it would go a long way to add his arm to the rotation, especially with Luis Servino, Servi, Servi, Servirino, sidelined with a low grade at right lat strain. Sorry about that. Montas is not scheduled to pitch again until after the 6 p.m. Tuesday trade deadline. This season, Montas has a 3.18 ERA in 104.2 innings pitched for the Athletics while holding a 4.9 record and striking out 109 batters. The asking price remains high for Montas services, with Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic reporting that Oakland is looking for some of the same prospects for Montas that the Nationals want for Juan Soto. The Baseball Insider reported last week that a Soto deal had to center around 4 or 5 top prospects with a combination of young players and major league talent. A deal for Montas may not be the only thing that Yankees general manager Brian Cashman has up his sleeve. Rumors continue to persist surrounding outfielder Joey Gallo. It seems all but certain his time in New York will come to an end by Tuesday, but where he ends up may be getting a little clearer. The Milwaukee Brewers, San Diego Padres, and Tampa Bay Rays are among uh, the clubs that have expressed interest in the struggling Yankee, according to USA Today's Bob Nightingale. The return for Gallo won't be more than the bare minimum, but end up it will end the disappointing run he's had in New York since Cashman acquired him last year. This season for the Yankees he has batted 159. Wow. So he did get traded. I'm gonna do an update. I'm gonna do an update on the recap of the trade deadline and stuff like that, as far as like what happened to all these players and stuff. So I'm gonna do that in a future episode. So just don't worry about that right there. Let's see. What is this? What else can we talk about here? All right. Of course, obviously, Tyler McGill nearing rehab assignment. I actually didn't get a chance to cover that, but the red hot New York Mets, who have won a season high 6 games in a row and are 35-17 in 2022, could be getting a much needed reinforcement back very soon. Tom McGill is progressing towards a return to the Mets starting rotation. According to a source, McGill, of course, bicep tendonitis, will throw another bullpen session on Friday. The Mets, who want McGill to go out on a rehab assignment before rejoining the big league rotation, will determine next steps after the righty's next scheduled bullpen later the week in the week. If all goes well, McGill could potentially be in line to make a rehab start as early as Sunday based off his current 5-day schedule, unless the Mets decide he needs an additional bullpen after Friday. Prior to the Mets National Series finale on Wednesday, manager Buck Showalter told reporters that McGill is nearing a rehab assignment. The skipper also did not rule out the possibility of the 26-year-old rejoining the rotation at some point during the Mets' upcoming 10-game West Coast road trip. Should McGill require just one rehab outing, that could mean a possible return from the IL, which is injured list, during the Mets' final series of their road trip against the Anaheim Angels. The righty faced live hitters at Citi Field on Tuesday and was said to have come out of it feeling good afterward. McGill will now have to toss an additional bullpen, which could be his final hurdle before beginning a rehab assignment. McGill, who initially replaced injured ace Jacob DeGrom in the Mets rotation, is 4-2 on the season with a 4.41 ERA across 7 starts. However, he had a 2.93 ERA through his first 6 outings before a rough performance against the Washington Nationals, in which he got tagged for a career-high 8 earned runs on May 11th. Shortly thereafter, it was discovered that McGill was dealing with bicep tendonitis, and he has been on the IL ever since. Now he is close to making a return. McGill and ace Max Scherzer, of course, oblique strain, have been sidelined since mid-May. David Peterson and Trevor Williams have filled in nicely for this tandem, but the Mets could certainly use McGill back in their rotation for the end of a difficult road trip with Los Angeles Dodgers, San Diego Padres, and Angels, of course. It's gonna be. Let me see. Let's see. Haven't heard anything quite yet about Tyler McGill. You know what? Hold on a minute here. Okay, Tyler McGill update. Okay. Let's see. Is there any updates? All right. Let's see. There's oh boy. So there hasn't really been any new updates about this, but let's see. There hasn't. Gee whiz. Anyway, man. All right. I'll come back. I'll probably come back to this in a future episode if I hear any more things. But all right, let's get into Max Scherzer. Of course, obviously, Max Scherzer made his return from the IL dealing with a shoulder issue, and 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 this and he celebrated his birthday recently. So the 3-time Cy Young Award winner will celebrate his 38th birthday today, taking the mound for the New York Mets as they conclude their 2-game Subway Series with the New York Yankees at Citi Field. Little recap, though, man. Mets took Tuesday's opener 6-3. Scherzer, who's 6-2 with a 2.28 ERA and 98 strikeouts in 54 innings, will look to compete the sweep Wednesday. Here's the preview of the game from the Associated Press. Of course, New York. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Bottom line, New York Yankees 66-32, first in the AL East, versus New York Mets 60-37, first in the NL East. And of course, obviously, New York Mets lead 1-0 in a 2-game series with the New York Yankees. New York is 60-37. Well, actually, they're further than that actually. So they're like 73 and up right now. They're like 73 games they won so far. Overall, in 30-17 in home games. The Mets have the third ranked team batting average in the NL at .252. New York is 66-32 overall in 29-20 on the road. The Yankees have the second ranked team ERA in the AL at 3.17. Wednesday's game is the second meeting between these teams this season. Of course, Yankees, Domingo, Jermaine, 0-1, 15.00 ERA, 2.33 whip, 2 strikeouts. Max Scherzer, 6.2, 2.28 ERA, 89 whip, 98 strikeouts. Mets, 171. Yankees, plus 144 over on the is 8 runs. Top performers: Francisco Lindor has 14 doubles, 3 triples, 16 home runs, and 66 RBI, while hitting .250 for the Mets. Pete Alonso is 13 for 37 with 4 doubles and 2 home runs over the last 10 games. DJ LeMahieu has 15 doubles, 9 home runs, and 39 RBI for the Yankees. Aaron Judge is 17 for 38 with 2 doubles and 8 home runs over the last 10 games. Last 10 games, Mets 6.4, 230 batting average, 2.47, outscored opponents by 12 runs. Yankees 4.6, 0.266 batting average, 3.94 ERA, outscored opponents by 20 runs. Of course, obviously, there's been some injuries going on. There's Dom Smith, 10-day IL ankle. Of course, James McCann already came back recently from the oblique injury, and he recently came back a couple days ago, and he just played today actually with the Cincinnati Reds that I just watched a couple minutes ago. Tom McGill, 60-day IL shoulder. Sean Reed Foley, 60-day IL elbow. Trevor May, 60-day IL tricep, which he made his return to. And also recently, Jacob deGrom was on the 60-day IL shoulder. He made his return recently. John Curtis, 60-day IL elbow. Joey Lucchesi, 60-day IL elbow. Of course, Yankees, Carlo Stanton, 10-day IL Achilles. Michael King, 60-day IL elbow. Miguel Castro, 15-day IL shoulder. Luis Severino, 15-day IL lat. Chad Green, 60-day IL elbow. Ben Rotvet, 60-day IL oblique. Stephen Riding, 60-day IL shoulder. Zach Britton, 60-day IL elbow. And yeah, and I gotta say, man, I gotta say about the Mets, they're really dominating so far, man. They really are, man. They got 73 wins so far, which is pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. And let me see something, man. I gotta see something real quick, though, man. Let's take a look at the hang on a minute here. Let's take a look at nah. we will take a look at okay, let's take a look at hold on a minute here. All right. So let's get to so many stuff, man. Hold on a minute here. Um all right, so in other Max Scherzer news, of course, basically beat the Braves. Yes, so Max Scherzer tied a season high with 11 strikeouts over 7 innings, and the New York Mets beat the sloppy Atlanta Braves 6-2 Saturday night to complete a doubleheader. Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna save that, man. Let me save that shit. Um, this was last week. This was last week, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that one actually. All right. Yeah, so Max Scherzer's 30th birthday may have come and gone late last month, but his overwhelming brilliance on the hill continues to remain undimmed through the passing years. In fact, what the three-time Cy Young Award winner is doing is his debut season with the New York Mets hasn't been seen all that often in Major League Baseball over the last 110 seasons. Scherzer was masterful once again on Saturday night in Queens, shutting down the dangerous Atlanta Braves in a 6-2 Mets win by going 7 scoreless innings while allowing just 4 hits with 11 strikeouts and 0 walks. It lowered his 2022 season ERA to a superb 1.98, while his um, whip, which is walks hits per inning pitched, to um, a minuscule 0.899. His consistency is unbelievable. Matt slugger Pete Alonso said, every time he's got the ball in his hand, he's the same guy. He does a lot of research on his opponent and the way he executes. Whether he has his A, B, or C stuff is incredible. He's one of our leaders. Every time he has the ball, we're feeling pretty confident. It's just the third instance since 1913 for a pitcher to post a 2.00 ERA, 0.90 whip, and 100 strikeouts through his first starts with a team since 1913, joining a list that includes Justin Verlander between the 2017 and 2018 seasons with the Houston Astros and himself in 2015 with the Washington Nationals. All right. Okay. What else can we talk about here? What else can we talk about here? All right. So let's see. All right. Kevin Parada. All right. So according to AMNY, according to the AMNY website, the Mets officially signed and announced the signing of their first round pick catcher Kevin Parada on Sunday afternoon after he was taken 11th overall at the 2022 MLB draft on July 17th. I'm elated to be part of the Mets organization, Parada said after putting on his Mets hat and jersey. I'm super excited that they believe in me and I'm ready for the next steps. Parada shot up draft boards after a monstrous 2022 season at Georgia Tech, in which he batted 360 with a program record of 26 home runs and 88 RBIs. He led the He led the ACC in runs and RBI while taking his trippers ranked sixth in all of Division One. He's shown plenty of discipline at the plate to pair his big bat. He struck out just 32 times with 30 walks in 253 at bats. Over 112 career games at Georgia Tech, he batted 330 with 35 home runs and 130 RBIs. Kevin had a historic college year offensively at Georgia Tech. Mets Vice President of International and Amateur Scouting, Tommy Tanis, said, "We couldn't be more pleased. He fell to us at pick 11. Parada won the Buster Posey Award given to the top collegiate catcher, was an anonymous All-American and a member of the All-ACC first team. He also was a finalist for the Golden Spikes Award and Dick Hauser Trophy. The 20-year-old will be heading to Florida for onboarding workouts where the Mets will ramp him up and prepare him for live at-bats. After a few weeks, the organization's player development department will decide which team and at what level of the minor leagues he'll be sent to. Yeah, remains to be seen. Remains to be seen, folks. So let me see. Let me see how much time we got here. All right, I think then all right, so as I said, I am going to actually announce the fun places for people to do on the weekend that's coming up. I'm gonna actually get into that right now. I'm sorry if I'm not able to record the New York podcast today, but it won't. It'll be back. It's gonna come back August the 17th, the week of the 14th, which is a Sunday. So, um, so there you go, right there. Um, all right. So what we're gonna do is we are going to. Oh gosh, we're gonna go to the places where you can have fun things to do for the weekend. So I got y'all with some stuff. So we're gonna go to first. We start with California. First we start. First we start with California right here. Um. All right. So um for this week, okay. There's the oh boy. All right, so August 13th to the 21st. Okay, let's start with this. Okay, the 2 weekend event celebrates Japanese culture with displays of martial arts, tea ceremonies, flower arranging, and more. Crowds of Nisei, the word refers to the first generation of Japanese to be born in America gathered for festivities for a parade that culminates with the coronation of the Niso Week Queen. And this place is called. Hold on a second. This is the Niso Week Japanese Festival, and this is of course, it's in various locations in LA and it's a free event. And you can go to their website, which is nisaiweek.org for more details. And it starts Saturday, August 13th from 11 a.m., which is the cultural exhibits of Japanese American Cultural and Community Center. 3 o'clock coronation. Um, Sunday, August 14th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Saturday, August 20th, 11 it starts at 11 a.m. Cultural exhibits, Plaza festivals. Um, Sunday, August 21st, 11 a.m. cultural exhibits, 11 a.m. taco gathering, and 4:30 on do public street dancing and closing ceremony, which is in various locations. So this is a free event, folks, for you Californians out there that's looking for something fun to do. So I got you on that one. And we have the unique LA Market, um, which is from August 13th to the 14th. One of the best made in America shopping events in the country. The annual unique market features on clothes, accessories, and art pieces from a number of quality handmade brands. Check out local products and rub elbows with the different designers and artists showcasing their work. Catch an end of summer show at the California Market Center with 140 brands, designers, and artists, as well as free drinks and DIY activities. Okay, so here we go, right here. Um, all right, so this is at the California Market Center, located at 110 East Ninth Street, Los Angeles 90079, and the price is $15. VIP is $40, and the weekend pass is $20. And of course, like I said, um, both Saturday and Sunday, August 13th and August 14th, they both start at 10 a.m. They both start at 10 a.m. And you can go to their website, which is www.uniquemarkets.com/Los Angeles for more details and more information. Okay. Um, and we got another event going on here. So this is the Puppet Up Uncensored. Timeout says, in case Uncensored wasn't enough warning, make sure you leave the kids at home for this one. Part puppet show, part improv show. Puppet Up Uncensored combines top puppeteering talent with music, jokes, and shenanigans. It's not just about watching the puppets either. You'll be mesmerized by the sheer skill of the puppeteers on full display, who are coming up with songs on the fly while manipulating puppets on stage. If you are a Jim Henson buff, this show is not to be missed. It's put on by Hanson Alternative, uh, the officials adults only arm of the Jim Henson Company, and you'll see recreations of Henson classics with a twist. The show will host a string of special performances on the historic Jim Henson Company lot in Hollywood, formerly Charlie Chaplin's studio. And the Jim Henson Company is located at 1416 North La Brea Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90028. Price is $60. VIP is $150. And Friday, August 12th, it starts at 8 p.m. Saturday, August 13th, it starts at 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. And then Sunday, August 14th, 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Um, Wait a minute here. There's Of course, you could go to the website um, www.puppetup.com for more details and how to find out how to get there and stuff. So I would use a GPS on how to get there. If you're driving, I suggest you use your GPS so you don't miss anything. So you don't miss a thing actually. So let me just say this. Okay, so we got Brew at the Zoo. Brew at the LA Zoo. Hold on a second here. All right, so amidst sounds of snoozing, lions cackling, monkeys, and exotic birds cozy up to 45 craft brews at the LA Zoo's annual beer centric bash. Damn, that shit sounds crazy though, man. That's a lot of fucking beer, man. Opening the gates after hours from 7 to 11 p.m. This historical landmark boosts a night filled with live bands, DJ sets, pub style grub for purchase, close up animal encounters, and more beer than you can imagine. Throwback a cinnamon dusted churro and dance through the exhibits at this 21 plus event. Chances are you've never seen the LA Zoo quite like this. Okay, so the location for the Los Angeles Zoo is 5333 Zoo Drive, Los Angeles. Price is $70, and it starts at 7 p.m. And you can go to their website, www.lazoo.org/plan your visit/special experiences/brew. Okay, so let's go to okay. So we got Best Coast. LA surf pop duo Best Coast delivers a live set full of groovy pre-love licks and lo-fi sweetly melodic fuzz. Fiery front woman Bethany Constantino's best songs are full of yearning and heartache that her sweet with an edge voice pulls off perfectly and sounds just as great live as recorded. See them at the Ford this summer for back-to-back anniversary shows for Crazy for You and The Only Place. And yes. And the Ford um is located at 2580 um Cahuenga Boulevard East, Los Angeles, California, of course. And you can go to their website, which is www.bestcoast.net for more information. And Friday, August 12th, it starts at 8 p.m. Saturday, August 13th, 8 p.m. And the tickets, you can go to where you can buy the tickets and stuff. So actually so the website I'm using is um www.timeout.com/Los Angeles/music/ best coast one. And that way you can see the buy button on there so you can know how much it's going to be. Um that's the website where you can actually let me see. Let's take a look at this though. Let's take a look at this though, man. This is the Ford. Okay, so this is the Ford. Okay, so the tickets. Let me find out how much this is for you folks out there is trying to go there. Okay, let me find out for you. So the gate time. Hold on a second. Gee, so this is between $40. This is between $40 to $45. Any best available seat. Of course, zone 1, zone 3, $45, zone 4, zone 5. So zone 6, zone 8, and zone 9 is $40. And a little note that the gate time is 6:30 p.m. So I would try to get there a little early. Okay, so where we go from here? All right, so let's see. We have the Spotlight Saturdays rooftop summer concerts. The Grammy Museum's concert series makes the jump from online to IRL with performances from up and coming artists on the new rooftop terrace. Each spotlight will pair the museum with a different label takeover. The series continues in August with Cosmica Records artists Mireya Ramos, Reina, and Tita. Okay. And this is what is it? So this is the Grammy Museum and the event for the Spotlight Saturdays rooftop summer concerts. It is located at 800 West Olympic Boulevard, Suite A245, Los Angeles, California, 90015, and the price is $25 for tickets. And you can go to the website www.grammymuseum.org for more information. And the time starts at 7 p.m. at the Grammy Museum for Saturday, August 13th. All right, there you go. What else? What else we got here? What else we got? No, can't use that. And let's see. Okay, Comedy Bang. Comedy Bang Bang. Okay, Scott Anchorman's Comedy Bang Bang has invaded all sorts of comedy mediums, podcasts, live performances, and formerly a TV show and a regular stand-up show for a good reason. The uproarious improv-based show's open door policy leads to classic and character interruptions from Paul F. Tompkins, Lauren Lapkus, and Jason Mantzukas, to name a few. And the event for Comedy Bang Bang is at the theater at Ace Hotel, 929 South Broadway, Los Angeles, California. You can go to the website www.cbbworld.com/tour. That's www.cbbworld.com/tour. Um, and if you have any and if you can, and to contact is inquire.theater@acehotel.com. And the time it starts is Sunday, August 14th, 6 p.m. Now the tickets. Of the amount of how much it's going to be. Let's see. So let's see how much are the tickets. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Wow. So this is between $49 to $120. Wow. The ticket checkout. Wait, hold on. I'm not too sure. Wait, hold on. If I'm not, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think that's what this is, man. Now, you can check out, what is it? You can check out, the website www.axs.com/events, and you're gonna see where you see tickets, accessible seating, X Premium, VIP, and the rest. And as I said, it starts um, at 6 p.m. on Sunday, August 14th. All ages. Doors open at 5 p.m. Of course, yeah, doors open at 5 p.m. So there you go, right there. All right. Now we go to, let's see. There's another one to talk about here, man. That's no, we're not talking about the prom either. So that's Los Angeles, California. We're gonna go to New York now. The first event of New York is the 48th annual Harlem Week to kick off with 10 days of events this weekend. Of course, you can mark your calendars, all right? Mark your calendars. Harlem Week is coming back with a bang. From August 12th to the 21st, Harlem Week will hold a series of events that highlight the people, arts, culture, entertainment, and history of Harlem. This 48th annual celebration features in person and virtual experiences centered around the theme inspiration, impact, and legacy. All New Yorkers are invited to take part in the Harlem Week experience from August 12th, to the 21st, as we pay tribute to key elements of our city. Both seniors and children will be able to celebrate local education, restaurants, technology, and theater, said Lloyd Williams, chairman of Harlem Week. You'll hear music ranging from jazz, gospel, R&B, hip hop, soca, Latin, Caribbean, Afrobeat, and more. Remember, you haven't done this town till you've done it uptown. So do it up in Harlem. We look forward to seeing you. Harlem Week events can be enjoyed in person and online at harlemweek.com. The festivities will kick off on August 12th with Senior Citizens Day, the first major public event for Harlem Week at Adam Clayton Powell Jr. State Office Building. The event will include health demonstrations, health testing, performances, a a demystifying technology panel, a senior hat fashion show, and more. On August 13th, Harlem Week will host the Percy Sutton Harlem 5K Run and anti gun violence health walk, centered around the theme "Save Our Children," which is a call to action against gun violence. Participants are encouraged to register in the link that says "Here," that's in red. So this is the AMNY website I'm using, which is www.amny.com. That's www.amny.com/entertainment/things to do slash 48th annual Harlem Week. That evening from 4 to 7 p.m., Harlem Week will host Great Jazz on the Great Hill, which will feature performances by Jimmy Heath Legacy Band, Antonio Hart Quartet, and Tammy McCann at Central Park. To conclude the first weekend of Harlem Week, New Yorkers can celebrate a great day in Harlem on August 14th, starting at 12 p.m. Guests can come to Ulysses S. Grant National Memorial for the opening of the International Village, which has a variety of vendors to shop from, followed by performances and appearances by R&B artist Kenny Lattimore. Salute to 90-year-old Caribbean legend Lord Nelson, aka the Soca Daddy. Oh shit. Oh man. Uptown Dance Academy Arts, Roots, and Rhythm Impact Repertory Theater, the Mama Foundation's Sing Harlem Choir, and the Isn't Her Grace Amazing Choir. The night will conclude with the concert under the stars featuring national and international performers performing back the backed by the Harlem Music Festival All Star Band, led by music director to the stars Ray Chu. Of course, for more information and a complete list of events, you can visit the website www.harlemweek.com. And there's some more fun things to do for the weekend. I got y'all. Don't worry. Um, and Friday, August 12th, Summer Stars Town Squares. No, excuse me. Yes, Town Squares Summer Stars is a free movie night for families to enjoy surrounded by their community. On Friday, they will show Disney's Encanto. The story follows the magical Madrigal family who are all bestowed amazing gifts that help aid their small community. The whole family receives their gifts except for Maribel. She soon discovers that her family's magic is in danger and she will do anything to help her family. So to register, you can click the link that says here and the event is free. Um it says here. Let's take a look what this is. So you could go to Eventbrite. You could go to Eventbrite for what is it? Yeah, Eventbrite, right? Um yeah, for tickets. Yeah. Yeah, you have to go to Eventbrite. I don't know what's going on with this shit, but I don't know what's going on with this shit though, man. But anyway. So it's free. It starts at 7 p.m. and it's located at Greenpoint Avenue, which is in Brooklyn. Seniors got talent. Sometimes the classics are the best to go to songs. Seniors Got Talent is a karaoke event led by coordinator and leader Sharon. Participants will get to let loose and have a little fun by singing along their favorite songs. The positive reassurance encourages seniors to have fun and dance to the songs they love. Seniors will be able to make new friends and share their favorite tunes with each other. This program requires a NYC Parks Recreation Center membership, which can be found in the link here. So you can take a look at that. Hang on a minute here. I don't know what's going on here. So this is you can go to the website www.nycgovparks.org for programs, recreation centers, and memberships. So there you go, right there. And as for the other event, I was trying to find more info about this. Yeah, this is yeah, you can go to eventbrite.com/e/summer stars movies 2022 tickets for question if you have any questions and stuff like that. So there you go, right there. Um, let's see what else. Saturday, August 13th, Sprinkler Day. Don't let this heat wave get you down. Cool off at Asphalt. Asphalt Oh shit. Yeah, asphalt greens sprinkler day. Kids are invited to enjoy the outdoors, even in these rising temperatures, with a few hours of splashing around. The high power sprinkler and slip and slide provide a fun and free way to cool off. 1 to 3 p.m. is the start time. Located at 555 East 9th Street, Upper East Side, Manhattan, New York. And another event that's going on Saturday, August 13th, is a World of Orchids. The Queen's Botanical Garden is partnering with a Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in New York to give NYC not only a floral exhibit but interactive workshops as well. The event will immerse you in Taiwanese culture and traditions. On Saturday, the festival will offer orchid crafts from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And tea ceremony demonstrations at 11:30 a.m., 1:40 p.m., and 3:45 p.m. There will also be storytelling and musical performances throughout the day. To register for the event, you can click the word here. The event is free and it's located at 43-50 Main Street in Flushing, Queens, New York. So I'm going to actually get to, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, you would have to go to the eventbrite.com website for more information. Um, and where you get your tickets and stuff. So that's eventbrite.com. Great jazz on the Great Hill. The Jazzmobile. The Jazzmobile. And the Central Park Conservancy are teaming up to bring a free musical performance to NYC's Great Hill. The performance will focus on jazz of all types, cool, bebop, Latin, fusion, you name it, and they got it. Bring you dancing shoes too, because there will be swing dancing. There will be a lineup of world-renowned jazz performers for you to enjoy all night long. And it starts at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. 106th Street and Central Park West, Manhattan is the location. And finally, Sunday, August 14th, Sky King Falconry, the Staten Island Children's Museum is going to bring you up close and personal with some of the nature's deadliest hunters. Sky Kings is an event that will feature incredible birds of prey like hawks, owls, falcons, and more. You'll get to see the birds in flight and learn more about their biology. Um, You'll learn what truly makes them the kings of the sky. And it starts at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and the event is free. It is located at 1000 Richmond Terrace, Randall Manor in Staten Island, New York. And of course, rocking the boat. Rock the boat, but don't tip the boat. You know the fucking lingo. Oh shit. Join the community and rocking the boat staff in an evening of paddling student built wooden rowboats on excuse me, the Bronx River. The staff will teach you about species that live in the water as well as local waterways as you pass through them. The boats are available on a first come, first served basis. Rocking the boats goal is to introduce people to New York's one and only freshwater river. And the event is free. And of course, it's located at Lafayette Avenue and Edgewater Road, Hunt Point in the Bronx. All right. Um, Okay. I think the last thing that I need to do is go to. Hang on a minute here.
Now, before I go to stream choices on the go segment, I like to actually take the time to actually say if you like to um sup- if you like to show support of the sports podcast that I'm doing right now, you can go ahead and make a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's um capital G lowercase MONEY, capital S lowercase TACKZ 555. And it's not all about having a lot of money. It's all about doing the best you can as a human being on whatever amount of money you are comfortable with will be appreciated. So don't you worry about that right there. And hang on a minute here. Also, let's get to stream choices on the go. Right now, yes, stream choices on the go. Let's do this. All right, you liked what you heard, and you want to show some love and support the sports podcast and stuff, all you need to do is go ahead and follow Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show on Instagram, alongside with my other shows, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, review show, and of course, Off the Meat Rack Chains New York Podcast is on Facebook and Instagram. I'm sorry I'm not able to record episode 175 for you. I will record 175 next Wednesday. And 174 will be posted next Wednesday instead of today. So, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And of course, you can also follow me on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And of course, make sure you turn on your notifications for more updates on when each episode is going to be dropping. Now, I don't know if I have decided to actually drop off the episodes between Thursdays and some other day. I haven't decided yet, but you know what I'm saying. And in a couple of days, I am going to do a little name change to the name of this podcast actually, but it's going to be an added word to it. It's not going to be a whole change. It's going to be an added word to the title. So you would have to actually stick around for that one right there in a future episode. Um, you know what I'm saying? So, and yes, this sports podcast is actually going to reach its first anniversary in September. This show came out. September 19th, 2021 which was last year. So you know what I'm saying. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is right here, man. Hey, listen. You can also go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, and you can go ahead and get to Anchor.fm, um, where you can actually leave a voice message on any questions you have, um, any thoughts and talks about what we covered in sports today, and any particular topics that I didn't get a chance to get to. I will cover that at the end of at a future episode. So you know what I'm saying, and yeah. So, and speaking of Anchor, man, that's where we're going to start right here. So, starting with Anchor, um, Audible, Audacity, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podorama,
Podo Polo, Podcast Addict, Podcast Index, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts. And make sure you leave a 5-star rating review on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. Your feedback is important. You can also listen to Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. And make sure you follow my other two shows that's also on iHeartRadio, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast Review Show. And also my number one show that's approaching a 2-year anniversary, which is Off the Meat Rack Change New York podcast. All right, so yeah, there you go, right there. And of course, last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button and click on that noni bell so you'll be running when the show goes in the air via live stream. Of course, leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that was discussed. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes that you can catch up on, which is on the YouTube channel page. Make sure you do some catching up. Make sure you download these episodes, share the episodes, share the videos, and of course, tell a friend to another friend. Word of mouth is important. Spread the word. And of course, you can share the podcast along with the link that says Linktree/Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast. All right. Along with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends, and the people that you're cool with. So yeah, there it is right there, man. Yeah, I will be back for another episode, which is episode 33. And of course, tune in next time for episode 33, where I'll go over the recap of what went down with the trading deadlines, and all the other stuff that's going to be included in the episode. So stick around for that one right there. And hold on a minute. Let me do a little quick shout out here to the person that just came in. And shout outs to the person from Top Podcast Promotions. Of course, thank you for joining. Yeah, so like I always say at the end of the show, the grind does not stop. Hard work pays off. New York wasn't built in a day. Trust the process. Do what makes you happy, mentally, physically, spiritually. Of course, whatever career you're trying to do, whether it's radio personality, whether it's podcasting, like I'm doing right now with 3 podcast shows underneath of my belt, and also you want to make sure you are consistent with your content, especially with your episodes on a weekly basis, which some people do it on a bi-weekly basis due to work and stuff. Also, you want to be on your P's and Q's and, get in your zone. Find things that clicks to you, that gets you into your zone, creatively speaking. You know what I'm saying? So there you go right here, man. That's going to do it for me. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for tuning in and rocking with me on the sports podcast right here. And stick around. I will be making an announcement on the added
added word to the name of the podcast. I am going to actually. It's not a whole change. It's a little change actually, man. It's an added word that I am going to put in the title, so you have to stick around for that one right there. So there you go, right there. However, it's still the same. It's still the same show. Okay, it's just a word that's going to be added. Okay, and for the most part, the username on Instagram is going to stay the same, as well as the link. You know what I'm saying? So that way you won't have to worry about you know being a little confused and stuff. So you know what I'm saying. The username on Instagram is going to stay the same. It's just the title that's going to be on streaming platforms is going to be. It's still the same show, man. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same show, man. You know what I mean? Um, so you have to stick around for that one right there. Um, okay. So that's it for me. I appreciate every single one of you for listening, tuning in, and rocking with me on this sports podcast. Make sure you catch up on all the episodes that's been dropped. I'm sorry for the delay of the upcoming episodes. I've been shuffling the recording podcast schedule and stuff due to some late dinners that I had to eat. So, you know what I'm saying? Which is not a big deal though, man. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. So, yeah. And be careful out there, be safe, and like I said, do what makes you happy mentally, physically, and spiritually. Be on your P's and Q's on your craft. Find your voice, and of course, get in your zone. All right. I'm out of here. I'm off this shit. G Money Stacks is clocking out. I'm out of here. Peace and one love. And I hope you enjoyed the fun places that I just mentioned to you in case you missed any of the fun places that I just mentioned, especially for the people that's living in California and the people that's living in New York. Those places that I just mentioned to you, I suggest you actually use your GPS and to get the address, Google the addresses to the places that I just mentioned, and so you don't miss out on anything. And the same goes with New York as well. And the people in the five boroughs and Long Island, aka Strong Island, that's interested in these events. Of course, you can use your GPS on how to get there and stuff. Of course, you can Google the address and the rest. So peace and one love, and have a good night, folks.